So, dear friends, we'll start with today's session of Organon. It was just a discussion going on in between. Uh, Yesterday, we have finished the last aphorism, in fact, second last aphorism of the semi-practical part of the organ of medicine. That is aphorism number 144 we have finished. The last one is still remaining, and that today we're going to conduct so that we'll finish the semi-practical part of Organon, started right from the 71 aphorism to 145. First session also we have discussed in detail, that is the theoretical part, that is right from the first to 70 aphorisms we have discussed in detail. And this session, that is the second semi-practical, the which includes the knowledge of disease classification, case taking, and the drug proving. And the last concluding part of the drug proving, which he wants to explain through the aphorism number 145. So we'll go ahead with the aphorism number 145. What he says over there. Of a truth, it is only by a very considerable store of medicines, accurately known in respect of this, their pure modes of action, in altering the health of the man, that we can be placed in a position to discover homeopathic remedy, a suitable artificial curative morbific analog for each of the infinitely numerous morbid states in nature, for every malady in the world. In the meantime, even now, thanks to the truthful character of the symptoms and to the abundance of the disease elements which every one of the powerful medicinal substance has already shown in its action on the healthy body, but few diseases remain for which a tolerably suitable homeopathic remedy may not be met with among those now proved as to their pure action, which without much disturbance restores the health in a gentle, sure, and permanent manner, infinitely more surely and safely than can be effected by all the general and special therapeutics of the old allopathic medical art, with its unknown composite remedies, which do but alter and aggravate, but cannot cure chronic diseases, and rather retarded than promote recovery from the acute diseases, and frequently endanger the life. Now he wants to conclude the drug proving aspect. And what he wants to explain? He explained over there that we have proved many more remedies whose pure effects now we know. We know exactly what each and every remedy produces, or how the human reacts to that stimulus of that remedy. We know the all details, the subtle things, the subjective symptoms, the objective symptoms, everything we know. But many times it happens that there are many diseases for which you can get the answer with these proved remedies. But there are still few diseases for which you cannot get exact similitude. And there is need to prove much more remedies. There is a need to go for finding it out many medicinal substances. And if you get such types of substances, then you prove it the manner I have told you in those aphorisms, and do experiment, do prove on yourself, do prove on your friends, do prove it on relatives, do prove it on provers, and find it out what it produces, so that you can get an answer to many more diseases. And this task was done by many others also. Because Hahnemann himself only proved 99 drugs. We have in our armament nearly about more than 3,000 remedies. All those 3,000 remedies which are there, which are proved in the similar manner. There are some remedies which are not well proved, but there are some remedies which are proved very thoroughly. So this is the difference. But still, this process is endless and it goes on and on. We can get very recent remedies which are proved. The Dr. Jeremy Sher from England, he has proved very new remedy. And these his provings are very important. Chocolate, a very natural remedy which he has proved. The remedy which have a lot of practical application which we got from him. So there are many provers also who used to prove on the Hahnemannian aspect, and we get the aspects of it. Hahnemann says that this task one should continue. One should not mm, discontinue this proving, because we have to develop many more remedies. So how will you understand that this substance has a medicinal property? So that's why he has defined in 19th aphorism one simple definition, which is the substance which you call by the name of drug substance or medicinal substance. Any substance which has a capacity to alter the human state of health at the level of sensations and functions is called as a medicinal substance. So that substance that becomes a medicine. When you prove it on healthy human beings and you collect the data, then it becomes medicine. And when you apply it on the basis of symptom similarity, the same medicine becomes a remedy. So there are three different disorders, or there are three different definitions of those things. So there are different definitions. Drug is nothing but a substance which has capacity to alter the human state of health. When you prove it on healthy human beings to find it out, the effects of it, the same drug substance become a medicine. And when you apply it on the basis of law of similars, the same drug substance becomes a remedy. So this is the definition, and we have to develop many more medicines in our armament. This is too important because we want it. There are many more diseases on this earth at present, and many more are developing. It was very rather difficult during Hahnemannian time to find it out exact simillimum, and that's why Hahnemann have given the alternative how to approach when you get a partial simillimum. But this applying the partial simillimum method is not needed nowadays because we have ample remedies. And Hahnemann explains over there, this is the best method with which you can find it out the much more remedies, medicines, and their action on the healthy human beings, which can be useful for forever. So this one thing which he has explained, at the same time he has compared it with the allopathic method. And when you use these allopathic modes of treatment in such types of patients, generally in chronic diseases, you cannot find it out of cure. What happens is only a palliative effect which is developed because of it, and it never gives you exact permanent cure. But when you apply homeopathic remedies to such a disorders, whether it is acute or chronic, you can find it out the results with there, and they are permanent type of result. So it is only possible because we have proved the remedies on healthy human beings and not on animals like allopathic method. I think there is two footnotes, out of which one footnote is very important, 106 footnote. At first, about 40 years ago, 40 years ago means this has been written in 1842. So it was 1802. At first, about 40 years ago, I was the only person who made the proving of the pure powers of medicines on the most important of his occupations. Since then, I have been assisted in this by some young men who instituted experiments on themselves and whose observations I have critically revised. He is explaining that how I have started the proving. I have started with myself. I have started with the proving the medicines on the provers. And what he explains over there that I have critically revised whether the person is telling whatever the effects of proving, whether they are correct or wrong, and each and everything that he tries to explain over there. Following this, some genuine work of this kind was done by few others. But what shall we not be able to effect in the way of curing in the whole extent of the infinitely large domain of disease? When numbers of accurate and trustworthy observers shall have rendered their services in enriching this, the only true materia medica, by careful experiments on themselves. The healing art will then come near to the mathematical science in certainty. So he explains when you do such type of proving, where you can write down each and every detail after giving a remedy to the prover or on himself, and you write all the details. You write it out in the locations, the sensations, the modalities, the concomitant, the general symptoms, the physical general symptoms, the mental general symptoms, whatever may be developed after taking the dose of that medicinal substance. If you write it down, generally you develop a pure materia medica. This is how the materia medica pura was developed by Hahnemann. See, he has first proved materia medica, first written and um, published Materia Medica Pura in 1811. Two volumes of Materia Medica Pura were published first time in 1811. It means he was proving the drugs before, right from before that. Then there were further editions, but the first Materia Medica Pura was published in 1811. And all those whatever he has written which is thoroughly proved by himself on himself or even on provers. He has critically revised each and every sentence, whatever the prover has said, whether it is right or wrong. If it is right, then he has included. If he feels that it looks imaginary, he never included in Materia Medica. He confirmed that with other provers. He confirmed with himself, and then only he has developed the Materia Medica. So such a hard work is needed because it is a big task to do a drug proving on himself as well as others is a big task. It is not a simple work. If anyone starts doing the drug proving in recent time, definitely he will be known to the world. This is a good task one can do and with which you can develop yourself, because when you prove remedies on yourself and others also, you boost your immune system. You develop your immune reaction, and it is too important. So this is what he wants to explain over there. Such types of many more careful experiments which are needed, which gives you a pure materia medica and which will be useful for the suffering mankind depending on the law of similars. And there is one more footnote that is just a reference, that is 107. See the second note to the aphorism number 109. But what ultimately we have learned in this drug proving aspect? Drug proving, how to conduct drug proving. What is the difference between homeopathic drug proving and allopathic drug proving? How this drug proving is done on the persons with both sexes, different ages, different types, with different places, with the different potencies, all these things which he tried to explain. At the same time, what are the qualities of the prover one should be, and how idiosyncratic persons are the good provers, and how the homeopath himself, if he proves, is the best prover. All those things he tried to explain over there. At the same time, the cautions he has ensured that if you are proving it on others, you have to be very careful and observable to find it out what is right and wrong. You should not prove it on deceased human being. That caution also he has mentioned over there. So all the things which are related with the drug proving, every minute aspect he tried to explain in those aphorisms, right from 105 to 145, nearly about 41 aphorisms he has dedicated to the big subject, that is the drug proving. So we have finished this second part of the organ of medicine, that is called to be, even though it is practical, it is generally called to be a semi-practical part of organ of medicine. And from Monday onwards, we're going to start with the most practical part of the organon, right from 146 aphorism. In fact, this part is really useful in our day-to-day practice. Many times we get obstructed in prescribing. Sometimes it happens we are not getting proper simillimum. Sometimes there are many more obstacles. There we get hindered sometimes. And all practical solutions to these questions have been mentioned by Hahnemann in this last part, that is practical part of Organon. So from Monday onwards, we'll start with the 146 aphorism and we'll learn each aphorism by heart with some practical examples of the cases so that it will be quite easy to digest for every person and every practitioner. So that's all for today. If we have any queries, we can discuss. Otherwise, we'll conclude. Any query, any question, anyone? Whatever may be the query, don't keep it inside so that we can discuss all those things. So shall I conclude?
सर एक विचारू का?
विचार.
हॅलो. हा सर, एक केस सांगायची होती. म्हणजे एक मुलगा आहे जो ग्राउंडवर खेळायला गेला क्रिकेट आणि तिथे तो 2-3 तास खेळला उन्हामध्ये क्रिकेट आणि नंतर त्याला तिथे कोणीतरी ओरडलं. हॅलो.
हा ऐकतो.
हा, तिथे कोणीतरी ओरडलं की तू सारखा सारखा मध्ये येतोयस, खाली बस. तर तो खाली बसला नाही. एकदा झालं, दोनदा झालं. दुसऱ्यांदा तो मुलगा त्या मोठ्या माणसांना ओरडून म्हणाला, नाही बसणार, जा काय करायचं करून घ्या. असं तिथं त्यांचं भांडण झालं आणि घरी आल्यानंतर रात्री त्या मुलाला ताप भरला. अशा वेळेस सर काय रुब्रिक घ्यावं?
काय घेतले ते
म्हणजे
आधी
एलिमेंट्स फ्रॉम काय घ्यावं?
तू काय घेतले ते आधी सांग, मग मी सांग.
मी काहीच नाही घेतले सर. मी त्या मुलाला बेलाडोना दिली.
You first think over it. Unless you think, you cannot get rubrics. What is the situation?
सर दोन्ही गोष्टी होत्या. एक तर उन्हात खेळणं झालं होतं आणि दुसरी गोष्ट असं थोडंसं क्वारलसम सिच्युएशन पण होती. म्हणजे मला कळालं नाही काय घ्यावं.
First, most important thing is that it is elements from. It is elements from what? It is elements from exposure to the sun.
Okay.
Okay. Second important is elements from domination. There is a domination. Someone is dominating and he is haughty. He is not changing himself. He remains stuck over there. So third point is haughty. Fourth point, what is there? There is a quarrel. Elements from quarrel. That is another point you can. Quarreling elements from. So these are the few things which you can catch from that situation. And then repertorize, find it out what is there. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes,
okay, thank you.
Nazir, you want to ask something? Hello?
Sir,
Hello.
Yes, Benazir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Benazir, sir. Sir, I'm having doubt regarding the repetition of medicine. That is, I'm having doubt in second prescription. Suppose if the same medicine is indicated, we are prescribing in 200 potency, but again, the only half of the symptoms is cured, and 50% of improvement we can able to see. Whether we can repeat the same medicine in a same potency, or we can we can use the ascending potency.
First important thing, if you have given or selected a remedy in certain potency and you have given, and if some features have disappeared but some are still remaining, it means it is a partial simillimum. If those symptoms disappeared and there are still few more remaining, and those symptoms are again indicating the same remedy, then it is need to go for higher potency. But if it never shows the same remedy, whatever the remaining symptoms are there, if they are not showing the same remedy, it means the state has changed. It means that your first remedy is a partial simillimum So you have to find it out another simillimum for that case. But if the whatever remaining state is there, if it is indicating the same remedy, then you have to change the potency. Then you can go ahead or you can come down depending where the symptoms remains. If they remains more at the superficial level, you can come down. If you would have given 200, you can come 30, even to the 30, sometimes 6, depending if the patient is having symptoms which are more closer to the superficial layer, like mucous membranes or on the skin, then you can come down also. There is no need that you should always go high. It depends on the situation. It depends how the person's susceptibility is there. It depends where exactly do you want the result. Accordingly, you have to think. So if the state remains same, then you don't change the remedy, change the potency. But if state changes, the remedy changes. So this is the answer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
सर आजचा एपिसोड कधी अपलोड होईल?
Huh?
आजचा एपिसोड कधी अपलोड होईल युट्यूबला?
मधले 4-5 राहिलेत ते झाले की 4-5
कारण हा आता या मॅडमच्या क्वेश्चनला जे तुम्ही आन्सर केलं ना, मला वाटतं ते खूप जास्त इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. ते परत ऐकायला आवडेल मला 2-3दा.
डेफिनेटली चालू आहे सिक्वेन्सने 4-5 मधले राहिले. आफ्टर दॅट.
चालेल सर, थँक्यू.
Any other query? Kirti, there was some question.
हा सर, मी विलेज एरियामध्ये प्रॅक्टिस करते. तर आमच्या पेशंटला पेशन्स नसतो आणि हिस्ट्री त्यांच्याकडनं काढणं म्हणजे अवघड गोष्ट होते.
One thing I want to tell you that there are many people who don't know Marathi. So you can talk either in Hindi or English. That will be better, or it will be easy for everyone.
Okay, sir. As sir, I am practicing since 27 years in village. All the village people don't have patience. They want results immediately, and so I was practicing allopathy for first 5 to 7 years. Then I have started practicing homeopathically simultaneously, both allopathic and homeopathic. Then all the patients are used to take homeopathic medicines in village area also, but I am having some problems in case taking, as they can't give history properly to me. So what should I do at this stage? Because patients are familiar to homeopathic treatment. They are willing to take homeopathy from me, but the problem is that I am not getting proper history or symptoms which are for repertorization.
Okay.
What should
the most important thing at this level is that you develop your perceiving power. You go on observing the peoples, and you go on observing. In fact, village peoples, they are very real peoples, because they used to tell whatever happens in the same words they explain. They never considers what will be the effect, whether the person will laugh at me, or whether they will tease me, or they will reproach me. It never happens so in their mind. And that's why whatever happens, they explain in the same words whatever happens in their mind. It is in fact very easy if you catch the rubrics very easily. You have to develop that habit. Whatever the patient is explaining, just catch what patient is talking. There are very simple words which patient used to use. I will going to take that on the Thursday session. Next Thursday session, I will going to take the common versions, and those will be very useful for everyone. So that will be better for everyone. Don't miss the session next Thursday. I will try to take very simple versions, what the patient talks, how we have to interpret, how we have to look, what we have to look, all those things. Because at the village level, I used to conduct the camps in village nearly about 17 years continuously. We have done the camp. Every month, last Sunday, we used to go over there at very remote places. But we have produced such a result that there was not a single advertisement regarding our camp. But there was only one thing. Last Sunday, there was one person who used to come from Sangamner and gives the medicine. That's all. And people used to come by paying the medicinal charges. We used to take 300 rupees for a month over there, and still they were paying, and we have a lot of patients. We never give, it was not possible to handle a camp with full case taking. We used to give maximum, even in chronic cases, we used to give only maximum 10 to 15 minutes, and in acutes, only 5 minutes. But the versions which the patient used to narrate were very useful, and which you have to read in the form of rubrics, or as well as you have to find it out from the Borix Materia Medica. The patient's sentences are directly reflected in the Materia Medica. Only thing is that we have to catch them. So we'll discuss that on Thursday session. That will be useful for everyone. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Payal, if gallbladder calculi is there, it is big topic. How can I explain within a minute? It is not possible. It will be a topic for complete. I think we have discussed this cholecystitis and that topic already. We have done a seminar. Cholelithiasis seminar was there. You go through that. On Delhi seminar, I have done that. If it is possible, I will do that. But it is a big topic. It is not a topic of just 2-3 minutes. I cannot explain all those things. If time permits, we'll do that seminar again on our YouTube channel, so that it will be useful for all of you. So thank you for attending sessions. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Monday, we're going to meet with the session, with the new session, the practical part of homeopathy. Ask your friends to join and don't miss the sessions every day. Okay, thank you.